Did you know that you can get up to 55% off Seek One's best-selling gear this holiday season? Whether you're on the naughty or the nice list, get your friends and family hooked up with the gear that we use on a daily basis.
Let's go!
Black Friday week is the biggest sale of the season, and our discounts can't be beaten. And from now until December 7th, save up to 55% off all of our gear at seek-one.com.
Potential shooter. We're gonna make a move. He's starting to move pretty quick. That's a dagger's mark. Let's go. We got him. It's a little colder here than Atlanta.
What's that on top of those mountains over there?
Probably a bighorn sheep.
Yeah. Way
Right
up
there
there
on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead. We are back in God's country. It is beautiful out here. This 3-hour drive that we have to whitetail country is gonna take about 6 hours because we keep stopping and filming elk, deer, scenery, just stopping and looking at the mountains. It is November 3rd and I flew back into Montana yesterday. I was gone out west from September 3rd all the way through October 12th. Left my truck up here in Montana, flew home for 3 weeks, and just flew back out here yesterday. And we got some tags up here. I got 3 tags. Just when I said I wanted to focus more on whitetails, I drew all 3 Montana tags. I drew the deer and elk combo tag, which you can kill both of those. And then I also drew the archery only antelope tag. So we're back. We're going after the Montana trifecta, the Triple Crown. I'd be happy if I killed one of the 3.
Yeah.
Not setting my hopes too high. Killing all 3, that'd be crazy. Just one. Start with one.
Let's do it, buddy.
It's so hard not to stop at like every piece of public along the way. We have not made it very far. This piece just looked too good. It's kind of crazy having all 3 tags and just be like driving around. There's critters everywhere. Seen a bunch of mule deer, some whitetails, heard elk back towards town, but just like driving around knowing that we could stop and pop out and hunt like any of the 3 species is pretty awesome. But haven't found what we're looking for yet. It's still early. It's only about an hour in.
Only about 30 miles down the road.
Yeah. It's gonna take us a while to get there. It's all right though.
There's a couple goats out there, hey?
We found the pronghorn, the last species we hadn't seen yet today. And for some reason, all 100 of them are all in the same field. But I think all these goats are on private. Here's a buck. Just a small buck. I think I can see their nostril hairs with this lens from 600 yards away. I think we'd ride up there and see if there's any bucks in that group.
Okay. Cool.
And I want to like glass these little fingers of timber as well for elk. Not a one critter on the public. If I wasn't sure I was in Montana, now I know for sure. All right, let's keep rolling. Well, we made it to our destination. Got in about an hour ago, and funny story, Cody, we pull into this little diner Actually, we pull into town. It's a tiny town. He's like, I've been here before. It's like, what do you mean you've been here before? We're in the middle of nowhere. He's like, yeah, I've been here. I filmed Spartan Forge out here like last year. Turns out he did. And there's a guy that lives and guides out here, or he lives like part-time out here to guide. His wife works with Spartan Forge. And so Cody's like, I'll text him. He texts the guy. The guy had literally just left the diner that we were at. He's like, all right, I'm turning around. I'm coming back. So talked to him for a while. Got some intel, more so intel on the mule deer. He said that there's been some EHD out here that have killed a lot of the whitetails. But we're going to give it a shot anyways. Poke around. I will say I'm not trying to hold out for a whitetail. I want to be in an area where there are whitetails and we have chances of seeing a good one. But if I see a shooter mule deer, I'm going after that too. And I think most of this is mule deer country anyways. But we're gonna head to this piece of private that I've been told they are pretty open to giving permission just to people that door knock. So about to pull up there now and try our luck. Get this thing rolling.
Oh, look, it's right there.
Is he? Oh, sick.
Let's go. Hopefully that's him. Good luck, buddy.
He doesn't know I'm here yet, does he?
I don't know.
I hate like accidentally sneaking up on people.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Puppy knows you're here.
Yep. We're good. He's super nice. He's just gonna show. There's another hunter out here, so he's gonna show me where that guy's at.
Gotcha.
I love it when there's big landowners that are just like so chill like that and just let anybody hunt. That guy, I don't know how much land he owns, but it's a lot. And he's a hunter himself. He's like an archery instructor, and he's just appreciates when other hunters come out and do it the right way. What I asked was just permission to go through his property because he landlocks some public. And then he was like, if you see deer on mine in the river bottom, like, get after it. So we're gonna ride back here real quick, and then we might pop up here on top of this bluff and just glass here tonight, or we might go to the other spot along the road and just kind of get a lay of the land. But toikies, might have to come back out here in the spring. I'm not very smart.
They're just running around everywhere. More coming from the left.
Oh gosh.
They're everywhere. You know, a turkey tag's the only tag you don't have.
See a lot of these this week. Oh, there's a deer.
Really?
Yeah, the turkey just scared it. I think he's a muley.
Yeah, doe.
It appears we have some pranksters on our hands. Someone filled all my boots up with corn. I don't know who. Oh my god. Who did this? I will find you and I will kill you. And I can't pour this on the ground because we're hunting here. Someone's trying to get me written for poaching over bait. All right, we are about to shoot my bow. Just got my bow out of the case after traveling. Gonna shoot it a few times, and then I think we're gonna go up on this ridge on the other side over here and glass this bottom. Honestly, just getting a lay for the lay of the land, and then probably hunt here in the morning. think we're good. I'm shooting a hair low, but I think I got it figured out. Let's probably walk up to that ledge up there.
Okay.
And glass off that front side.
Sounds like a plan.
First 100-yard hike of the trip. I can feel my gut hanging over my belt. And I can't breathe. This is 35. Good news. There's a bunch of deer down here. I think they're still on this piece of private. But it runs into state up there, so we got a lot of room to work with. We got eyes on whitetails, boys. They're just pouring out of every little thicket right now. Looks like all does. Seems like the buck to doe ratio out here is just so different than back east. And it seems like you see just like hundreds of does and very few bucks. Maybe the bucks just stay back and they're harder to see.
Deer everywhere.
Yeah, muleys just scattered all through the bottom down here. Still looks mostly like does, but they're all working their way towards the river. Doe. Oh, buck.
Big buck or little buck?
Looks like a little buck.
Little buck.
Little buck.
So he's the one making all these does?
He's got it all to himself. He's pretty small. Not a shooter. But good to see a buck. The landowner was saying he sees like 50 muleys to whitetails. But right now I'm seeing about 100 to 1 muleys to whitetails. It's as good a spot as any to start the morning.
No doubt.
Get up on this knob, you can see forever. What's wild is like you can be riding around out here and not see anything, and then right at dusk they just start coming out of the woodwork.
Pretty wild. It's like every crevice and corner there's going to be a deer in it.
A deer and a cow.
Maybe a turkey.
Yeah. Lots of deer. Same as last night. Deer everywhere. All these ag fields. I don't know what's in it. It's like maybe some wheat, some barley or something. They're all down in that one down there. This one up here. And then there's just like some scattered in the river bottom. But all does and small bucks. I did just see a coyote like snuck right behind this herd right there. And all the does started like going towards it like they were gonna fight him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I also see some like in those coulees over there off the property. But those just look like does too. There's some more that I didn't see before. Plan is to get up higher in the hills. I think this stuff has been picked over a good bit. I know there's been other hunters out here, so I want to get a little deeper. There's some private, and then there's some BLM. It's kind of just like checkerboarded in there. And there's some stuff that you can't get to unless you have access through this property. So I'm guessing that there's less pressure up there. A lot more places for these bucks to hide. It's the theory anyways. to say that I made the greatest decision of my life, the decision of bringing these e-bikes, because this is awesome. This is like the perfect terrain for these things. There's so many just ditches and crannies and canyons and all this stuff, and we can get around pretty quick and quiet on these. But we haven't spooked anything or seen anything in any of these coulees yet. It looks like uninhabitable. It's just such strange terrain for animals to live in.
Let's keep riding.
Onward. I knew there was mule deer in this one. Let's play a game of Where's Waldo? Except instead of Waldo, it's a shed. It looks so much bigger from up there.
They really did.
That's like a jackalope antler. It's a pretty fun little morning. Saw some deer, not a ton up top, but it looks good enough to spend another morning up there. I think we get up here like early tomorrow morning, get up there at daybreak. But we're gonna get the bikes loaded up and probably put some miles on the road, check out some new country, see what we can find. All right, we rode around for a while, did not see many critters, so we are back for our afternoon play. We got about an 800-yard hike up to the edge of this river bottom. We're on a little piece of public, and there's like a corner of the public that goes down into the bottom. There's some cottonwoods, looks like some potential whitetail country. So, I'm gonna check it out, probably spend the rest of the evening here. And hopefully kill a big one. Found critters on public. I'm allergic to that word. Oh, lots of them. Oh my gosh. They are just taking off. What are they? Surely they're not running from me. Yeah, there's bucks in there. There's a truck over there that they're running straight to.
Really? Probably another hunter.
It's a pretty good buck.
Not in game.
I don't know. I mean, not with them just running all over the place. I don't know how in the world we even get a shot at something. Unless they just all happen to run right by us.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool though. Get caught in a stampede.
Had to defend ourselves.
Hold your ground! Well, it's morning number 2, and yesterday I called Lee and I was like, hey Lee, this is where we're at in Montana. I need you to just randomly throw a mental dartboard at the map and pick me 2 pins to go to. Just trying to tap into his sixth sense a little bit. The first pin he picked was actually the spot that we had already been to. This is the first spot that we went to. And the second spot is this block of public we wanted to go to a different spot, but there was already a truck there, so we went up a little bit. But yeah, just kind of hoping that Lee has summoned us a nice mule deer to this spot, unknowingly, unconsciously. If that doesn't work, then I'm gonna ask him to send us a pair of his underwear or socks or something. But beautiful sunrise this morning. The spot that we're hunting is, we've got the river down here, and then there's just a bunch of coulees that come off the river up into this ag. We're just gonna walk the edge and just look down at each finger and hopefully spot a buck. Yeah. That's all it is. A lot of this down here is private. Like this little portion here is public, that ag's private. If we spot a shooter on private, we'll be door knocking for sure.
Talk to me.
I feel like you're holding out on us. You gar hold us. I might need Adrian to pick one, if you're not.
I mean, the way my October's going, maybe.
We're back on the private that we hunted yesterday morning. That was yesterday morning.
That was yesterday morning?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the first morning we hunted all that way. We didn't really look over this direction. So we're gonna just like walk out these fingers. They come up to the top up here. They kind of drop down to a bench where there's a field that we could see from the first night. A bunch of deer came out in it. Didn't see big bucks, but I did spot like a smallish buck bedded down in one of the coulees riding up here, and he got up and ran that way. So I don't know, maybe that's where a lot of the bucks are hanging out.
Sounds good, buddy. I like it. Let's go see if we can find a deer with the big ears.
Big ear deer?
Big ear deer.
Come here, big ear deer. I mean, I don't know. I guess let's just post up here for a while. There could be stuff bedded like all in here that we just can't see.
100%.
And then if there's other stuff that like is working towards that field, we might see them in this sage flat down on the bottom. Deer piling out into this field that's probably a mile away, and there's a buck that just came up basically up that cliff that we glassed from the first night and then the first morning, and it's hard to tell what exactly he is from here, but he's the biggest buck we've seen, which isn't saying much, but he might be a shooter. Found the wind. Found lots of wind. It's definitely blowing 28
For
or
sure.
more.
100%.
I don't think any deer are gonna be out on top in the fields and this kind of stuff. So, whoa,
Bro, you almost get blown over.
yeah. I have a sail attached to my back. I feel like I'm on the top of Everest.
Yeah.
Let's just walk this ridge out and then
Okay.
work our way back, I guess. They were all hunkered up out of the wind, like right at the base of the cliff. Definitely smelled us. Our wind's blowing like straight that way. It's kind of funny how they're all on a straight, single file line. We have a potential shooter. Just caught a quick glimpse of him. I think he's moving this way, so we should get a better look at him here in a minute. Found him. He's like right on the edge of that tree line. In this way. Huh? Is he bedded there? Yeah, he's bedded down. Got a game plan. I don't think there's any way we're gonna be able to sneak in this way. There's just too many deer in front of them. And there's no cover. The wind's like kind of coming this way, so I think we just go back up that way. Let's just come in from the upwind side and hope that the wind's kind of blowing against the cliff enough, and just like stay against the cliff. So basically, like if he's here, like hug that cliff face and kind of come that side of him. Gotcha. It looks like a decent buck, but I think he might be in a potentially stalkable spot. Coyotes chasing. I mean, let's just hope that they don't spook them. Probably 50-50 chances. This wind is very, very heavy. We're playing like a game of 10 degrees. But you should be right behind this clump of trees, about 100 yards out. See them. They might get curious and coming over here, or they might just settle down. It's not a good spot now. There's a lot more deer than I thought were right around him. He's got a pretty decent frame. Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of deer in there. That was a pretty low odds attempt. I mean, honestly, I think our wind was pretty good. Yeah. I think what got us was we spooked deer, like 4 or 5 deer back there, like 300 yards back there, and they ran this way. And by the time we got right here, they ran up on that hillside. And I think that probably got some of these does on their feet and just alert. Not a giant, but definitely worth putting the stalk on. It's fun. Now we go stumble across a 190. Gotta stay optimistic. We might have found a little sneaky spot, if those exist. Just a little piece of BLM overlooking a pivot on the river. It's very windy still, so I think these deer are gonna be hunkered down in these coulees. Probably pretty hard to see, but we ain't got nothing else to do.
Can't kill them on the truck.
There's a buck, a shooter. He's on the opposite hillside. I think he's definitely alert. I don't think he's spooked though. He's probably like 150 yards out. We do not have any play right now with a bow. He'd be dead right now with a rifle though. Houston, we have a minor problem. My rangefinder died. Ha! Got it. I think I want to go over there, walk that out, give that buck time to get up, and maybe come to us.
He's having a hard time right now.
Yeah, he was dragging. He looked pretty pissed when he saw me for some reason.
Yeah. Well, somebody kills some deer.
That's classic. Here. Yeah. Buck. That buck is definitely locked down on that doe. But that's a good sign that there's actually deer in here. Let's walk this thing out. There's got to be more deer in here. That's got to be the same buck that was up here. He's pretty nice. I think he's probably the biggest buck we've seen so far. Up close, at least. Gonna see what he does. He's on the edge of public right now. Hopefully they stay down in this coulee so we can make a move on him. I thought he was gonna bed down right here for a minute. Just right on that corner, but then the doe took off.
Yeah.
And they just went hightailing it out of here. But there's no telling she could turn around and come back in here. Because they were headed up that way and they looped all the way down.
Yeah.
Cut all the way through the public. Pretty solid buck. He's definitely more mature than the other bucks we've seen. And he has pretty good forks. We just need to play. We have no play.
Still city buck.
I mean, yeah, he's only at 100 yards from our B&B. I don't know why we've been driving around and hiking around so much, looking for deer. It's the closest we've been.
City buck.
Oh, city buck. This is so dumb. Oh, damn, that's sick. What? They're just bedded like all this cliff face, basically.
Really?
Not up the cliff, but like there's a doe like right at the base of the cliff.
Oh, nice.
This is like good looking mule deer stuff. There's so much more to bed in, so much more cover.
For sure.
The wind is still blowing 74 miles an hour. We're hunkered down behind this bush, and it's cutting it down to about 54. Spotted some deer about a mile away about an hour ago, and they're just now getting up. There's a decent buck. He looks mature. Pretty good frame. He's too far to get there before dark tonight, but potentially might come in here and get farther in there tomorrow morning and set up, find him again. I'm sure there's a lot more deer in here. There's like a lot of really good bedding. There's actually some timber back here, some cedar bushes, cliffs, big rocks and stuff. So hopefully in the next 20-30 minutes, critters start crawling about.
Take that tree. You stupid leaf. You can't make so much noise. I couldn't sleep all day. That's what he's mad about. It's too damn loud for him. Couldn't sleep, poor guy. Woke up and chose violence.
It's a pretty cool shot. Deer are popping up everywhere. I see another buck down here. That's the biggest deer we've seen. That's a good deer. That's a 160 plus. I think so. Yeah. I guess like 160 something. Alright guys, we are back at the spot that we found last night. We got one extra person in the party today. We got Ethan with us. And so I told you guys earlier, Cody knew somebody as we were rolling into town. That was Ethan. We got to know each other over the last 6 days. And last night, I sent Ethan the pin to this place. And I was like, have you ever been in here before? And he was like, all right, since y'all found it on your own, I'll like come out here with you and like show you the best way to navigate. But we found that nice buck out here last night. Just saw a few more does. We just spotted a few does down where we left them last night. So hoping he's somewhere close in this same zone. Actually hoping he's moved back up onto public because this is all private down here. But I'm just gonna try to get eyes on him and then figure out if we have a play. Also, today is the last day for Cody. Cody has to leave. So we got the rifle with us. I also have my bow still. If he's in a spot where we can stalk with a bow, I'll do that. But if not, I think it's time to bring out the bang stick. No shame. I agree. He's on the top of the spine. Yep. I think that's him. Hang on. Yeah, that's him. That's him. He's pushing does around down there still. Yeah, we need him to move onto the public. Or I need this landowner to call me back and be like, yeah, sure, go for it. Have at it. You can actually have my property for free. And my neighbor's house too. He's never there. Might as well take that.
They like mid-morning, I usually see a lot of like deer activity in that area over there. So like my thoughts are, get that spine that slants down at an angle, get to like that, and then that way you could glass that area, and you can keep running your other buck down here. And if he comes that way, you can put a move on him.
Should we see if they let him get kind of behind this hill and then go?
I would go right now.
You would?
Yeah. This won't bother him from out here.
Yeah, I'm just more thinking, just making sure they're committing that direction, but they're going the right direction. That buck's pushing a few does up the river. He needs to go, I don't know, 500 yards to get to the public. But we're gonna go ahead and drop down in there and get in a spot where we can actually make a move. And then if he gets hung up on private, we're just gonna keep pushing deeper in here. There's a lot of country that we can't see from up here, so.
Let's do it, buddy.
I see him. He's following that doe that's walking kind of away from us. They're still working this way. He's kind of just pushing these does down the creek. We need him to go another 100 yards or so before we can start making a move.
I think we should slip down and get in this ditch.
Yeah.
To close a little distance right now.
They're moving pretty quick right now.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna make a move. He's starting to move pretty quick. We're gonna drop down in this ditch and just try to get, we can't really get in front of him because the wind is blowing out of the west and the thermals are pulling down. So we just gotta be careful about that. But because of the wind, it's most likely gonna be a rifle play. We'll see. That fence line's the property line, right? We can probably get one ridge over, maybe. He's about to hop the fence. He was about to, I saw something. He's officially on public right now. Whenever he gets in the creek, we're gonna just run up there. keep going. There they are. They're running. Do you see the shadows? On the hill. Top. They're on top. They're on top of the hill somewhere. You can see their shadows. I saw this man running. Yeah. I was trying to figure out what that was. Yeah, it was the deer. They're gone. They're bucking it. Hey. I think they're gone. We saw the shadows of them running on top of the hill. Just got our wind. Good stuff. Yeah. They got our wind. Yeah. All we could see was shadows on this cliff over here. And you could see them running off. We were hoping that the wind was going to keep pulling up that way, but I think when we got this close to the creek, the thermals kind of pulled it down into the ditch. Oh, that's a dagger to the heart. That was a dagger straight to the heart. Salt on an open wound. Just getting curb stomped while I'm down. We had it like he was... He did exactly what we needed him to do. I don't know what we could have done different. I mean, in order to kill him with a bow, we did what we had to do. He dropped down into that creek, and there was probably 5 minutes between us leaving up there to run down here. So we didn't know exactly where he was at. Got up on this knob up here to hopefully see down into the creek. Didn't see him. And then I guess the thermals kind of like pulled our wind down into the creek ditch. And then we just saw their shadows running on that cliff face up there. He's now up on top of the cliff, not like 500 yards up there. But that sucks. It's probably the most frustrated I've been in recent times. I'm like blowing a stalk like that because it's like trip 5 where that's happened. So yeah. We're gonna keep hunting our way back here. There definitely could be more bucks. And maybe by the time we hunt that out, he'll get comfortable and come back over here. But man, that sucks. We hiked up to the top, looking back around the river bend that we haven't seen yet. There's a bunch of deer up in the cliff up here. Some small bucks, bunch of does. We watched the one that we were trying to kill go up, way up top. He's now on a different piece of private.
Just gonna spend the rest of the day here and see what happens.
I suppose. this cliff face. There's a little patch of timber. We can see like a bunch of the does, but I'm almost certain those 2 bucks that we filmed like running up this hill are down in here somewhere. I see the other one. Yep. He's 15 yards to the right. Both of the bucks are right there. Yeah. The bigger one is like 10 yards to the right of the one that's out in the open. If I can crawl down from where we were, there's like a little rock spine. If I can get on that spine, I think it'll be like 20 yards. Yeah. If we pull this off, it'd be sick. We're at a crossroads right now. That buck is dead with a rifle right now. Yeah. If we want him to be. If I want him to be. Or we try with the bow. We're trying the bow. Alright, buddy, good luck. Let's go. Pray that this works. I need this to work bad.
up into the trees.
Yeah, he was in the river. He was laying in the middle of the river.
I don't know. See that? I was waiting for him to leave the trees. I don't know how I didn't see him. Next thing you know, Cody's like, he's in the river.
Yeah. But dude, when he shot up and walked away, was he quartering away from you a little bit when he shot him? That should be a smoke deer.
And I hit him a little back. Like,
Yeah.
I hit him center body, but he's quartered away.
Yeah.
That deer's dead 100%.
100%.
I didn't want to. I'm out of breath. I didn't want to spook those other deer through there and like push them out.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize he was in the river. I thought he was in the timber.
No, well, we were looking at timber, and all of a sudden I look over in the river. He's just laying in the middle of the river. And he wasn't dead yet.
Laying in it?
Yeah, he was laying right there in the middle of that open spot. And he got back up and walked backed up
Well,
towards
he's just standing there. If he's laying, he's going to die here.
Yeah.
Not in a minute, but within the hour for sure.
Yeah.
Pass right through. That's probably the liver, right? Maybe some lung.
Quite a bit of blood at the impact site, though.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, buddy. Man, this morning after blowing that stalk, I know it like sucks just blowing any stalk, but that one in particular, just because it's been a pretty rough season for me so far. And honestly, a pretty rough last few seasons. Seems like everything that could potentially go right doesn't go right, but I think God had something even cooler in store to sneak up on this one over the cliff, get him with a bow. Day 6. What an awesome animal. What a cool spot too. This is like so different than all the other spots that we've been hunting this week.
My favorite spot.
So much prettier, a lot more deer, a lot more cover to get around and actually stalk. It's a good way to end the trip.
I am proud of you for sticking with the bow.
Thanks, buddy.
You could have shot him super easy off that cliff with the rifle.
Yeah. Figured I'd torture myself that much. I might as well keep on torturing myself.
Congrats, man.
Now the fun part starts, right? Got like two miles out of here.
Pack mule here, clocking in.
All right, well, we'll be back at the house.
We'll see you
Let us
back
know
in
when
the
to pick you
truck.
up.
We'll have dinner ready. Yeah,
Good.
for sure. Have dinner ready.
I usually do this before we start cutting the animal up, but I kind of forgot with everything going on. You guys want to pray quick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Dear Heavenly Father, just thank you so much for this hunt, and thank you for this time together. And just thank you for a successful hunt, and just help us to put them to good use and not go to waste. And just thank you that we get to be hunters, Lord. And let us have a safe pack out. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Pretty special place. Pretty special opportunity to be able to do this kind of stuff.
I love this place.
All right, boys. That's a wrap.
To the top side, eh?
2 miles.
Yeah.
So I guess I spend the rest of my nights for the rest of my life on my own. And I know this ain't the bar song you wanna hear, but I make music for the soul.